He is one of the most celebrated and sought-after directors of music videos and award-winning film and television series. Director X is adding another title to his long list, ambassador for the newly launched Brampton Arts Organization. And he's back in our studio to share more about what they do and to talk a little bit around meditation, frontal cortex, which I'm fascinated for that. Someone's letting you know you're on your morning. Welcome back to the studio.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a long time since you've been here. I know you choose your projects carefully, and I love that you've chosen to be an ambassador for the BAO. It's a community in Brampton that you grew up in and around, but what was it about this group that drew you?
I mean, one, Brampton, like a hometown boy, and it's the arts. So those two things together, I felt, yeah, let's be a part of it. I grew up, my generation was very much like, oh, art, that's a nice hobby, but then when you're a doctor or when you get a real job,
that's right,
you can leave all that art stuff behind. So I think it's very important getting the message out to the world that art is a viable, this is a path, not just a hobby, but this is a path to live your life in.
And you're a living example of that for people in that community. You helped to start Operation Prefrontal Cortex. I'm gonna run a clip, just explain a little bit about it, then I want your comments from that. Let's have a look.
What's up, y'all? I'm Julian Christian Lutz, PKA Director X, co-founder of Operation Prefrontal Cortex, and this is my guided meditation. Take a deep breath. What's up, y'all? I'm Julian Christian Lutz, PKA Director X, co-founder of Operation Prefrontal.
How you became interested in this and why it has become so important to you that you're sharing this message with so many people?
I became interested in meditation just to kind of found it in life, but Operation Prefrontal Cortex is birthed out of a TED Talk I did called Message to the Man Who Shot Me. I was shot in my back at a party. The bullet went through two people and hit me in my back. And when I was asked to do a TED Talk, I began to think about, all right, what can I talk about? And I was making a TV show, and while I was doing it, I was studying meditation. It was a science experiment show. And I began to learn about what meditation does to the brain. I'd also come across information about violent and aggressive behavior, stress, abuse, neglect, how that damages the brain. And meditation is reversed. So your prefrontal cortex is where decision-making happens. Your amygdala is where emotional control happens. And children that are abused and neglected, people when they're stressed, their prefrontal cortex is smaller than the average, their amygdala is bigger. So their emotions are big, their decision-making is small. And that brain is a little more, you know, when you're stressful, you're a little more snappy. That's why. Your violent, aggressive behaviors, that's where this begins to happen. But meditation gives volume to the prefrontal cortex and shrinks your amygdala. The exact opposite. So when I did the TED Talk, we began to research violent places, violent individuals who had begun to meditate, and was there a change? One of the most violent prisons in Mexico, they had a prison riot and they killed 44 people in that one riot.
Wow.
That's a murder. That's a high murder rate for Toronto.
That's a
in
mass
a year.
killing.
It's a mass killing. One, they started meditating. No more extreme violence. One of the most a middle school in one of the most violent neighborhoods in I believe San Francisco. You know, fights every day. There are literally dead bodies on the playground. Like, it was a very dangerous neighborhood. That school starts meditating, fights go down, attendance go up, grades go up, everything changes. So we said that meditation could play a part in combating the gun violence and the trauma from gun violence in our community here in Toronto, and that birthed Operation Prefrontal Cortex.
So vital, so crucial, and incredible that someone with such respect that you have around the world is now talking about this and hoping to see change. Is it difficult to get buy-in of young people to do the meditation?
No, it's opening more and more. The TED Talk was made there's a community or a group in Malton, GLE, right? And the teacher said, hey, kids, let's start meditating. They used that TED Talk to get the kids meditating. Talked about rappers like J. Cole and Ali Chopper. Those kids started meditating, and they actually became the subject of the documentary that Operation Prefrontal Cortex made. Headspace premiered at TIFF about this group of kids that started meditating. So more and more young people are beginning to see, when you put the facts in front of them and they give it a shot and they begin to see the difference that it makes in their life, the doors are opening more and more. So that's part of the operation, is spreading the good word and making it more accessible for everybody of all different ranges and ages and groups.
And you're gonna be doing a workshop of this with BAO, is that correct?
Yes, so we're going to do Meditate and Create with the Brampton Arts Organization. We're going to meditate, we're going to do some art, because once you get past the stress and all the hard stuff that the operation came out of, then you get into your better memory. The upside of what meditation does is brain exercise is really, I think, is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
The same way you should take a walk and go to the gym, this is that for your brain.
I love that so much. And as a parent of teenagers, I appreciate that it's you that's talking about it and not me having to send that messaging, because you're going to get through to them a lot more than I will.
I mean, if I could tell younger me one thing, it would be meditate.
Director X, great to have you back here. Love talking about this project. Congratulations, and I'm so glad that you're bringing it to Brampton.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.